Hey, Grant Cardone here, and I'm so excited to introduce to you, number one, somebody that I'm just like a huge fan of. I've done a bunch of work with already, Jamie Shanks. His company is Sales for Life. Now, folks, check this out, okay? I'm bringing Jamie in to be at the 10X Growth Conference, and let me tell you why. He basically takes companies all around the world, okay? And he builds a social selling ecosystem for you, okay? I want to bring him on to the show today to explain to you what that is, but it's about taking your sales, your marketing, and your enablement, the delivery, okay? Because this dude, I'm telling you, his company changes the digital landscape for your company. We're in a changing world. If you're doing business to business, if you're doing retail, if you're doing everything online, which most things are going virtual and online today, Jamie Shanks is going to be at the 10X Growth Conference. Jamie, buddy, so good to spend time with you today, and I cannot wait to see you in Miami.
Thanks for the invite, Grant.
So Jamie, talk to me about some of this stuff. Like, how is selling changing in the world today?
Yeah, and I was somebody that started a consulting firm in 2010 and failed miserably, almost went bankrupt because I didn't adjust to my buyer. My buyer is guys like you, Grant, VPs of sales, VPs of marketing, and they were doing due diligence online, and I wasn't changing with them. So through that failure, I learned that I needed to approach the buyer as a digital newspaper. So I completely changed myself, and through that we created a curriculum that's now scaled around the globe to 300 customers globally, and all we do is help sales and marketing better align and create a total integration, and the byproduct of that is social selling.
So like, how does that affect my business? Like, what does that mean, social selling? Like, does that mean we're using Facebook to sell, or?
Absolutely. Be where the buyer is. So first step for you, you need to analyze, where is my buyer? My buyer sits on LinkedIn and Twitter. For our customer success team, they sit on Facebook, and in Europe in Zing or QQ, Lime, Weibo. Basically, wherever your buyer is, I need to meet them halfway during their due diligence process. They're going to learn with or without me. So I need to be there to enable and help them along their buying journey. So for you as a sales professional,
yeah,
it's about constantly adding value. Think of it like a football game. I'm helping them 10 yards at a time along their journey with information, with triggers, with referral networking, anything I can to help them make a better decision.
Okay, so I'm running an ad on CNBC right now. You've probably heard it. Tired of missing sales, tired of missing sales, tired of missing sales, right?
Yeah.
And you're driving to work and you got your Sirius radio. Maybe you heard it on Fox or Fox Business or CNN, and I pop up. So the thing that's years ago, people would just call a phone number or maybe check a website. But today, they hear the ad, hopefully it sticks, they hear it repeated enough times, and then they go Google my name.
100%.
Is that where you're coming in to tie in the marketing and the sales and the delivery of? You talk about fulfillment of the due diligence, I think.
Absolutely. So let's use Grant Cardone University. A portion of your buyers have already armed themselves with information before your team needs to give them a call. That's how much online learning they're doing.
Right.
In my company, 43% of all of the content somebody will consume happens before my inside sales team picks up the phone for the very first time. Mm-hmm. So you have to appreciate that the buyer's going to do it with or without you. Our job is to help salespeople be able to start conversations earlier using these free digital assets that are available to them.
And you're saying I can do this without spending money. I mean, you're teaching companies around the world. Look, Jamie's trained over 60,000 sales and marketing professionals in dozens of industries internationally. Thomson Reuters, Oracle, Direct Energy, Lenovo, Intel. I mean, the guy is probably the authority, and I know I'm tooting your horn pretty hard here, bro, but when it comes to social selling on LinkedIn, I mean, you know 10 times what I know about how to sell on LinkedIn. Would that be fair to suggest?
No, we just have a different approach. What you're doing is fantastic as well.
Yeah.
You're serving your community the way that makes best sense for you, which is different than the way we need to serve our customers. But at the end of the day, we're both servicing the customer on LinkedIn to move the ball.
So give me, because when you're in Miami, this is some of the stuff I want to really dive deep on, where we have more time than maybe we have in this interview. But how do you serve your customer differently, or how do you see it, than I serve mine?
Okay, so and what we want to cover when we're in Miami is I want to make this really tactical. Bring your laptops, bring your phones, bring your tablets, because we're going to do. I'm going to show you tips, tricks, and tactics that you can apply on the spot to book a meeting next week, to create a new opportunity. I'll give you an example of one. Think of social selling as a Venn diagram of 3 types of selling: trigger, referral, and insights-based selling.
Okay, hold on. Now, hold on. Let's go over those things. Trigger, what?
Trigger, referral, and insight-based selling. So it's a Venn diagram of 3 circles.
Yeah, because I don't know what those things mean. So what is the trigger?
Okay, trigger-based sale, and this is an example that I'll show the team. Job changes of your own customer base is a trigger of an opportunity to create revenue in a net new company. Think about it. You've worked so hard to sell company A. It's 6 times cheaper and easier to sell to somebody you've already sold to than it is to go to find a net new customer. But what's happening in North America, every 2.5 years on average, a person is up and leaving their job and going somewhere else. These are your advocates. So tools like LinkedIn mechanize an approach to show you who's leaving your customer base to new prospective accounts.
Yeah.
When they get there, you're hitting them up.
It's funny. I'm sorry, Jamie, but it's funny you say that, because my guy Heath yesterday was announced at the sales meeting. He's like, Heath got a deal today, and this is the 3rd time we've sold this guy.
Exactly. So that's a trigger. Referral-based selling. I'll give you an example. Okay. Grant, you and I are first-degree connections. I'm able to go into your LinkedIn network and see every CEO that you could introduce me to on Miami Beach. And so by reverse engineering your network, which is known as your sphere of influence, I can tap that way faster than picking up a phone book and trying to call somebody. I can leverage Grant as my way into company ABC in Miami. So that's all that social selling is all these sales processes that already have existed pre-digital, but you're just mechanizing it through digital platforms to speed up that process for you.
And then the third piece.
Insights-based selling. It's the long tail. Grant, you were the master at this. I learned this through you. The reality is there's sales tactics that book meetings tomorrow, and then there's value you create today. You use the lighthouse versus the tugboat, right? Mm-hmm. This is content marketing 101. And so if I have to recognize that I want to set myself up for Q4 success, I need to become a lighthouse today so that people come inbound to me months later. And that's content marketing. That's insights-based selling. I'm teaching people, nurturing them along a journey so they can make better decisions. And they'll come back.
This is Jamie Shanks, CEO of Sales for Life. He's coming to Miami to spend deliver a workshop, a very tactical, strategic, where we're going to actually, what I'd like to do, Jamie, if we have time, is show how you could do this for somebody in the audience.
Oh, we're going to be pulling people out of the audience on stage, doing it together.
Because so much of this, I think, goes over people's head. And one of the reasons I wanted to spend 3 days at this conference with, by the way, what do you think about my lineup, man?
It's like a who's who. I'm just happy to ride coattails here.
Well, let me ask you that. Why did you make a decision to come to this thing?
Okay, so there is a variety of different reasons. One, I'm a huge believer. You talk about it in your books. You have to look at your own social network, and if you feel that you're one of the strongest people in your own social network, you're in the wrong social network.
Right.
And so I'm trying to up my own game. And so you've created an ecosystem around you, Grant, that is unbelievable. And so self-servingly, I have to be honest, that's one of the greatest advantages of a business, a smaller business, trying to penetrate larger accounts. I get to learn from people like yourself who have already done it.
And what do you hope to take away selfishly, Jamie, like as a spectator, not just as somebody, a master and an expert that's going to be delivering and helping the audience? That's a given. What do you hope to take away?
So I have to assume that everybody in the crowd feels that they're a salesperson, whether they like it or not, if they're an entrepreneur and or a salesperson. For me, I look at it and I say to myself, I need to learn the skills, whether it's communication-based skills or it's mindset skills, skill set, that everybody in that crowd's going to have that's higher level than me. And I get to meet these people and understand what they did to change their mindset, then their skill set to get to where they are.
Jamie, I promise you that the audience will be the best audience that you've ever delivered to. Jamie Shanks is known as the world's best at building social selling ecosystems. And if you sell online, if you're taking hits, if you have a website, if you've got any kind of activity happening on Google around you or LinkedIn, or you're trying to hire people, you're trying to sell more products, Jamie Shanks can help you do it, okay? He can help you, show you how to build that ecosystem where you take advantage of and integrate sales, marketing, and enablement. So, Jamie, I look forward to spending some time with you, man, and learning from you.
Thanks so much for the invite.
Dude, I guarantee you, Jamie, I'll make $1 million off of what you deliver in that conference.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic.
Okay, where are you going to be flying in from?
I'm going to be flying in on the Wednesday. I'm doing a conference the Thursday morning in near that area, Fort Lauderdale, and then I'll be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, Sunday at the hotel that you talked about.
Yeah, but where do you live, Jamie?
Oh, Toronto, Canada.
Okay, so he's coming in from Toronto. Jamie Shanks, look forward to seeing you at the 10X Growth Conference, buddy, and thank you for your time today.
Thank you so much.
Folks, that's Jamie Shanks, okay? He's going to be just one of 21 master experts. Jamie, I'm bringing him in for me, okay? I have to learn more about social selling here. My business is going to do almost $100 million this year. I want to figure out, how do I go to 200 million? How do I go to 500 million? Okay, I know this. Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, they have all the traffic in the universe. If you live in America, you're using LinkedIn or you're using Facebook. If you're not using one of those two, hey, you're probably not doing business today. I don't sell anything to your grandma. So if your grandma is not checking on LinkedIn, and how can I sell to them? How can I use them? How can I take advantage of them? How can I grow my business with them? So don't miss Jamie Shanks, March 17th, 18th, and 19th. I'll be there and I'll do a Q&A with Jamie afterwards to answer your questions and to help you figure out how to take what he's given you, these gold nuggets, and turn it into gold bars. See you at the 10X Growth Conference.